how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is going to be a 3 Looks 3 palettes. It's been a while since I've done this one. I've acquired a couple palettes over the last, I don't know, month and a half or so that I've been meaning to use like on my main channel, but I just haven't had like a good place to squeeze it in. So I figured I would throw all of these together in a 3 Looks 3 palettes. One is newer, 2 are just new to me, but I think they've been out for a while. And yeah, we're just gonna hop into it. I'll of course link everything that I can down below, as well as any discount codes if I have any. I'll be doing close-ups, swatches, all that good stuff. I'll be doing one look with each palette, and without further ado, let's hop in and chat about what I'm gonna be using today. First is the Clarity Rain palette from Klarity Kosmetics. I played with this a few weeks ago, I want to say, on like Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and I've been wanting to play with it again, so this video is that time. But a very colorful, kind of vibrant, sunsetty sort of vibe. I talk about this again in the video, but I have to say it again because I am running the war against beige. I could have lived without the 3 beiges, personally. I feel like this palette maybe could have been condensed a hair had it not been for those beiges, but aside from those, I do think these colors are really fun. I like that they're very vibrant, but they're still really fun kind of jewel tones mixed in. It's a really fun combination. Shimmers are really cool. I'm newer to trying out Klarity Kosmetics, and I've been impressed with what I've tried so far. Next is the Dede Signature Chromebook Volume 2. This one launched fairly recently, and I did also play with this on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. This is a pretty much all shimmer palette with 3 pops of darker mattes. Super, super fun. Their first edition of the Chromebook was an all shimmer palette, and I do appreciate that this has some of those more fun, vibrant, just rich shades to kind of create more of a balanced look by using mattes and shimmers instead of it being all shimmers. But as we'll talk about soon, I'm also not opposed to all shimmers, but we'll get to that. Such a fun arrangement of all very shifty, special colors. I also like that the mattes that were chosen are very just like bold. Like we have a bold green, a bold purple, and a very dark kind of deepening plum shade. It's very cool. I feel like it's a very interesting choice in a very good way. I feel like they could have gone the easy way out and just done like, I don't know, like black, and it would have been pretty easy, but I like that they went with more colorful options for the mattes. And then of course, all these shifty shimmers. I've been loving seeing Dede Signature just continue to improve. I really enjoyed this brand lately. Their Fearless Holiday is one of my top favorites of all time, but this one's been fun so far. Last but not least is the Black Hat Society from MBA Cosmetics. They sent me this recently, and I'm very excited about it because I'm always down for a spooky palette at any time of year. This is an all shimmer 9-pan palette, very much giving Halloween-y vibes, but there are some splashes of color that let you stray away from the Halloween vibe if you don't want just orange and purple every single day. I would be happy with that personally. But I do like that we have kind of these splashes of blue. These unique shades of green are really fun. I also like this kind of pewtery, bluish, shifty sort of light shimmer. Very, very pretty. Everything is very sparkly, very wet looking, very, very cool. I do wish maybe this had like 1 or 2 mattes in there just to add a little something, but it's not something that I can't just like grab from somewhere else. Or even like today, I played with all shimmers and then added accents to kind of bring this look to life. I feel like there's so many ways for me to play with all shimmers. There's so many times where I've like laid down a bunch of gel liner to create a big wing and then I layer shimmer on top. I'm not afraid of all shimmers. I think it's very fun, and this is just such a fun concept, but you know me, I have a bias towards spooky stuff. But that's the overview of what I'm gonna be using in today's video. Let's hop into the looks now, and I'll just give you my quick final thoughts at the end. Hi friends, let's get into look number 1. I wanna dive into the Clarity Rain palette from Klarity Kosmetics. I played with this, I wanna say within the last couple weeks on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, and I've been wanting to play with it again, so I figured I would throw it in this video. So pretty. I mean, I could live without all these beiges, but I like all the just kind of like bold splashes of color all throughout here. I have a vision. I want something very purple across the lid. I want a pop of blue in the inner corner, and maybe a pop of peach on the lower lash line. I think it'll be fun, cool. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Just grabbing a little bit of my Profusion eye primer, and I'm just going to slather this across my eyeballs, and I'm gonna blend it out and we'll get started. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Let me know what's going on. Been having a pretty good morning, doing some editing, getting set up to film this, and watching Gilmore Girls. It's been blissful. So pleasant. So I do want to start by doing all the purples first. I'm going to start with the middle one, Pocket Change. I'm going to use the Sigma E27 brush, and I'm just going to Honestly, I'm just gonna kind of glide this over most of the lid. I'm not really too concerned with what the lid looks like because I am gonna put shimmer over it anyway, but I'll just go ahead and lay this down. Why not? I had a pretty good time with this palette the other time I played with it. I thought it was really pleasant to work with. I thought the formulas were pretty easy to use. Shimmers are really pretty. Again, my only real complaint is just the amount of beiges, but that's just me. That is such a personal preference that I can live without. But I understand why people enjoy that aspect in a palette. That is such a lovely shade of purple, isn't it? That's so cute. All right, so I want to take a Cover Boy now, this like kind of lilac-y shade. I'm gonna use my Sigma E38 brush, and I'm just gonna blend this along the edges of what I just did. Honestly, nothing too crazy here. I just wanna sort of soften that a bit before I deepen it up and start going with shimmer and all the other splashes of color. All right, I wanna take the darkest purple now, Studio Sesh. Just gonna use this little pencil brush. This is from the Blend Bunny Lynn's Makeup Looks collection, the L04. And I just wanna add some depth right against my lashes in the outer corner. And I'm just kind of dragging it upward just a little bit, because I don't want it to take over necessarily. I just wanted to add a little bit of depth and smokiness. I'll do the same to that very outer corner of that lower lash line. And then I'll just go back in with my previous brushes and just kind of soften and diffuse that darker shade just to make sure it's blurred before I start going in with my shimmers. Or shimmer, I should say. I think I'm just using one, surprisingly. Moving on to some shimmer now. I'm gonna start with my NYX Glitter Primer. I'm just gonna use my fingers. Just gonna take a little bit of that and press it across the lid. Mostly focused on the front, like 2/3, because I want it to fade into the depth in the outer corners. But essentially I'm just packing it on the lid, just a light little layer. This will help make the shimmer pop and stay put really nicely. I want to use the shade Clarity. It is such a pretty shade. Like, I barely touched that. I feel like I could do that one dip for both eyes. We're about to find out. That is just so pretty and wet looking. Wow, that's exactly what I wanted out of this look. Yeah, literally that one dip is covering both of my eyes. Talk about intense pigments, my goodness. I think that is gorgeous. Honestly, this look by itself would be pretty if you just wanted to do like kind of a monochromatic lilac-y purple situation, but I want to add those other splashes of color because I think it'll be cool. I want to start with Sweet Duet. There's just something about this tangerine shade that's really calling to me. I'm gonna use this Lethal Cosmetics 220 pencil brush, and I'm just gonna press this against the lower lash line. I want this to be in the kind of front half and just sort of fading into all those purples. I want it to be pretty bold. I think I am even gonna use a peachy eye pencil in my waterline to kind of bring that forth a little bit more. But yeah, that's cool. That peach next to the purple is very spring. I like that a lot. And now my pop of blue, I wanna take Denim Tears. I'm gonna use this little Game Beauty E04 brush, tap that off, and I just wanna press that very lightly in that inner corner. I just think these extra pops of color are gonna be super fun. I wanna just make sure that's blended into the purple nicely. Just kind of doing light little motions and just kind of blending and dragging it out. I do like that splash of blue there. I think that's fun. Just gonna re-intensify that tangerine shade. You have to be a little bit careful if you're playing with like even a peach and a blue next to each other, because orange and blue are complementary. Peach is basically just a lighter orange. And if you're not careful, it could muddy out, and I want everything to stay really vibrant. So yeah, I think that's a really cool combo actually. I think that's very fun. It's giving spring, and I love that. Finished my mascara. I just have the Essence Waterproof Lash Princess, and then my eye pencil I used is this Peach Fuzz one from ColourPop. I just thought that pop of peach on the lower lash line just went really well and brought it to life even more. And honestly, I feel like it made the blue look even more prominent. And for lips, I want something fun as well. I want to use this Menagerie one in Starfish. Like, that is a perfect like addition. I feel like that's just gonna look so fun, so colorful. So let's do it. Yes, absolutely yes. I love that. I think that's so cool. I feel like I know I love this lipstick in particular. It's just such a fun shade, but I don't feel like I have the opportunity to use it that often because it's so specific. I feel like you have to do something pretty darn neutral and just have a bold pop of color on the lips, or it really has to be cohesive because it's such a specific shade. This would also pair really nicely, I feel like, with a very bold, bright yellow eye look. I think that would be really cool too. Here's that final look complete. I think it came out so cool. I love the bold lip with the bold eyes. I think it really pulls together that sparkle on the lid. Like, something about the lip goes with that sparkle really well. I just think it's fun. I think it's fun and colorful and loud and bold and all things wonderful. But yeah, I hope you liked this first look. Let's move on now to look number 2. All right, let's move on into look number 2. I'm gonna be diving into the Chromebook Volume 2 from Dede Signature. When I played with this, I don't know, a week or two ago on Instagram and YouTube Shorts, I played with like the purple and then deepened it up, and then played with some of the like more bluer and silvery shimmers. It was really, really fun. Today I want to do something more green, very like smoky lash. That's kind of what I'm feeling today. Of course, I'm going to start by priming with the Profusion Pigment Base. Just going to get prepped and ready to go. So I want to start with this dark plummy shade. I'm going to use this Lin's Makeup Looks in Blend Bunny L01 brush. It's like a really dense, small pencil brush. And I'm gonna kind of surround the outer corner of my eye with this, really close to the lashes. I do this kind of shape probably at least once a week, honestly, and I really, really enjoy it because it just gives like a really smoky, kind of elongated shape to the eye. And I just think it's really, I don't know, it's eye-catching and pretty, but it's also very like simple and pretty easy to do. All right, taking this beautiful green now. I'm really excited to dive into this. I'm gonna take another pencil brush from the Blend Bunny and Lin's Makeup Look set, the L04, and I'm gonna start just kind of, really just kind of putting it right on top. And I'll probably kind of go back and forth between these shades a couple times to add the right level of depth. But for now, I'm just kind of laying this a little bit on top of and slightly blending out the edges. Very, very slightly. I'm gonna use another brush to blend even more, but I just wanna get that going. I'm liking that just dark, dark green situation that's going on with them fusing together. I'm gonna take this little Fantasy Cosmetica E02 brush. It's like a really fluffy small brush. I'm gonna take just a teensy bit more of that green, and I'm just gonna very lightly just start blending at the edges of what I've already done and just kind of lightly dragging it sort of out. I'm not taking it up too far or out too far or anything like that. I do want it very concentrated to that lash area. I just want to kind of blur it a bit. I want to get it very just diffused before I start going in with my shimmer. Just kind of slowly building a little bit more and more. Again, lots of focus right up against those lashes. I'm even wiping this brush off periodically as I blend, and then I'll kind of add more and just kind of letting it kind of fade up and out. Going in with my NYX glitter primer now before I start going in with some sparkle. This really is gonna be a very just like sparkly look. I just kind of wanted to lay down the groundwork to have a really pretty kind of smoky lash sort of moment. I thought it would tie it together really nicely. So I'm really into this Superior shade. I think that's really, really pretty. I like this kind of greenish pink shift. Yeah, that's gorgeous. So when I do looks like this, I like to keep that shimmer concentrated pretty low. Like, I like to tap it really close to like the lower half of my lid, and I'll kind of fan it upwards, kind of in that same sort of shape. And then I'll just take my blending brush and kind of lightly sweep it at the edges. It'll bring it up a little bit more, but it'll keep most of that concentration at the bottom. And I think it looks really, really nice. For the inner corner, I was thinking Royalty. It also kind of has that pinky shift, but it's a little bit different than Superior. So I thought it would be, I don't know, nice. It has almost a golden background rather than the green background. So it complements really nicely, but does add a little bit of difference there. I think that looks really nice. I feel like especially when I blend it with my finger, like it really shows through that warmth. It's really, really cool. I'm even gonna very lightly press a little of it onto my brow bone because why not? Just like I said, I wanted this to be a sparkly look, so we gotta bring forth the sparkly vibes. Do you see all that sparkle that's going on? I love that. I do want to add a little bit of a wing to this look, and because I want to very much keep the same shape that I was doing, this is going to be a little bit of a smaller wing. I kind of just take it out just like, I don't know, about that far, and then starting at that tail, I kind of bring it straight in, and I just sort of connect it to my eye. It's a little bit more of a straight rather than a turned up wing. It kind of just goes with this shape a lot nicer. And it's just gonna add a little bit of something because I think I'm gonna put a half lash on with this. It's gonna sit on it really nicely and just add a really nice like angle to this shape. I don't have any other words for that. Just trying to fill this in. I have to have a mirror really close to my face, so I'll perfect it when I get closer, but that's kind of the general gist. I'm gonna do it on the other side and then just perfect it and tweak it a little bit. All right, through my eye pencil, this is Idyllic from ColourPop. It's just kind of like a darker muted green. And I threw on my lashes. These are just half lashes from the Blend Bunny and Robert Welsh collab. I just thought they just added a little something. Nothing too crazy. I didn't want anything ginormous. I just wanted something to kind of accentuate the look. For lips, I was thinking, what if we keep on the green train? This is a metallic lip from Black Moon. It's called Myth. It's very cool. Very, very cool. And I thought it might be really fun with this look. However, I prefer to wear a metallic lip paired with a lip pencil. So I'm gonna start with this black pencil from Unearthly called Villain. I am gonna line and just kind of lightly fill in. I'm in the middle of my lip liner and Absol is crying. Absol, would you like to say hello? Did you wanna make yourself known, Betty? You're the sweetest, cutest, babiest little man in the world. This is Absol's show. Welcome to his channel. Today he's going to teach you how to look grumpy. Buddy, he's purring so softly into my hand right now. Oh, you're so baby. He just needed a snuggle really badly. He just needed a snuggle. Okay, I just have that black liner on now. I just kind of lined and then lightly filled in. So now I'm gonna take Myth from Black Moon. Yes, absolutely. That is gorgeous. I just love the way a metallic lip looks with a dark lip liner. It's just the best combo. This is the final look complete. I hope you like it. I just love this balance. Like, this is just one of my favorite eye shapes to do. It's so simple and impactful. I just love the shape that it gives. It's so pretty. And I love the bold lip paired with it. I feel like this is a really easy kind of look to do. If you know you want a bold lip and you want something a little simpler on the eyes, something like this. Like, I still have, you know, sparkle, splash of color, but it just enhances that bold lip even more. It's so cool. I love this. So yeah, this is the second look. I hope you like it. Let's move on now to look number 3. All right, it is time for look number 3. Gonna dive into the Black Hat Society palette. I'm thinking we go bold Halloween-y vibes. I feel like we need some spring-a-ween in here. I want to play with kind of purples and touches of orange. I think that'll be really fun. So let's see how it goes. I want to do just like, you know, it's an all shimmer palette, so I'm just going to do a bold shimmer look. And then I really want to play with a very bold, intense eyeliner, maybe with some lashes. I'm just feeling dramatic today. Normally I would go in with my Profusion primer to start, or just a standard eye primer, but I am just going to start with my glitter primer instead. This is my NYX glitter primer, just because I am doing an all shimmer look, so I'm going to prime for shimmer specifically, just to help let everything pop really nicely, stay put. I'm excited. I'm excited for some spooky vibes in this look. So I think for the main lid, I want to go between Feelin' Witchy and Amethyst Witch. Kind of play with both of those purpley shades. I'm gonna start with Amethyst Witch first on this Arttitude Cosmetics brush. And I'm just gonna start patting this in the front half of my lid. And I just kind of want to blend it into the crease a little bit. Nothing too crazy here. I want this to be a fairly structured look. Well, the liner is gonna make it really structured. I just want like a nice bold splash of shimmer behind it, is more what I meant. That's a really pretty shimmer, wow. You see how intense that is? I barely even did anything. And I'm gonna take a clean blending brush just so that I can keep the edges of that really soft, because I'm not really using any mattes for this look. I'm gonna take that same brush, just flipping it to the clean side to take Feelin' Witchy, that more purpley shimmer. Oh yeah, that's really cool. And I'm just gonna kind of pack this on the outer half and kind of angle it outward a little bit of a angled look, because I mean, I am gonna be doing a big wing anyways. So I just wanna make sure this all shows through even behind my wing. That is such a pretty shimmer. I like these two together. I think that's really pretty. Do you see how sparkly that is? Wow. I'm gonna take a little bit more Feelin' Witchy, that darker purple shimmer, and I just want to drag some of that on the outer half of that lower lash line too. just to get a nice little splash going on out there before I add in my pop of orange. I love how sparkly everything is. My goodness, this is really pretty. And I feel like even me not using a matte, I feel like it's still kind of blending out and almost leaving a little bit of that base color behind to where it looks like I did a little bit more work than I actually did. I'm gonna take this Savage Scream shade on a little pencil brush. This is a Blend Bunny Lens Makeup Looks brush. And I just want to tuck this in the front half of my lower lash line. Just for that nice, fun splash of orange, bring in the spring-a-ween sort of vibes. And I think for the inner corner, Coven Gathering I think would be really cute. So I'm just gonna pop that in my inner corner. Kind of like a lighter, almost like a pinkier purple, which I feel like will translate, yeah, that'll translate really nicely. Bet you weren't expecting a Halloween look today. So I wanna do my graphic liner now. I'm gonna take Disco Fever from Gavissi. It's a water activated liner. I am just going to wet it a little bit first. I'm gonna be using this Glisten Cosmetics and Lens Makeup Looks brush. This is the number 4 brush. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm a little nervous. Actually, you know what? Lens Makeup Looks did a liner that I saw yesterday that really inspired me. Let me pull it up. Maybe we could do something like that. I originally thought I was gonna do a basic liner, but maybe I want something more bold. She did this super cute kind of like cut. She did like half a heart, half a star. I was thinking, what if I did a star and a moon, since that's what's on my shirt today? I'm a little nervous. We could end up messing everything up, but I feel like we should try. So basically, I'm just gonna start by creating my big wing. So far, so good. And then I will kind of drag that down and across. I want to connect that all the way across my lid. Then I'll kind of fill in that wing. I need to get a little bit closer to perfect it, but that's the general gist so far. And then I want to kind of create a little bit of a swoop to connect to that outer corner. Whew, okay. And then I want to do another swoop, but I'll leave the middle blank so that I can put that stamp so it looks like the stamp is kind of in between. So let's attempt it. I got a little messy, but that's okay. I can fix that when I get really close. I'll kind of open that gap a little bit more. I went a little too heavy-handed with it, but that's the general gist. I need to clean it up and then we'll add the stamp. I thought I hit record when I put on my stars, but I didn't. I was using the ColourPop star stamp, and I have to fill it in a little bit because it was a little dry. It didn't perfectly cover, and I couldn't do the moon because it's all like crusty, crumbly. I think this has just lived its full life and it does not want to exist anymore. So yeah, I'm just gonna perfect these stars. I'm just gonna take, I don't know, just like a little felt tip liner and color that in. All right, threw in my eye pencil. I just went with the black and kind of smoked it out. This is the Outer Space one from Milk, and I threw on my lashes. These are Cancer from Black Moon, and I just love, I feel like the lashes and liner situation today is just so fun. I feel really good, and I feel like all those sparkles still show so nicely behind everything. I think it's all a match made in heaven. For lips, I did get sent the new pixelated sparkly glosses from Lethal, and one of which is this black one called Matrix. I was thinking we should do it. I know I played with black in look number 2, but I want to do it again. So I'm gonna take my black pencil again. This is Villain from Unearthly. Just gonna line and lightly fill in. Taking the gloss now in the shade Matrix. I'm really excited. I have not worn these yet. Ooh, yes. That is so, oh, that's so pretty. Yep, sparkly black gloss, that is the move. It's funny because all the other ones in that collection are much more like light and sparkly. I'll have a lip swatch video going up on like Instagram and YouTube Shorts as soon as possible. But this is my first impressions. I can feel the teeniest bit of sparkle, but it doesn't feel crazy chunky because I don't like when you can feel intense amount of glitter, but I can tell a little bit, but not so much that it bothers me. I want to shine my flashlight on my mouth so you can see how sparkly my lips are. Can you tell? It's crazy. In real life, my lips are sparkly. It's very, very cool. This is the third look complete. I think it came out very cool. I love this kind of spooky vibe. I love the bold liner. I just love how sparkly my eyes are, sparkly my lips are. I love all the pops of black with the bold lashes, the lip, the liner. I think it's all playing together really, really well, and I Really love this look. But now we have reached the end. Let's zoom out and I'll give you my thoughts on these palettes. Thanks so much for watching. I would love to know which look was your favorite. I think I have to give it to this one. I just love the Halloween vibes. I love just the way everything plays together. I'm pretty stoked about this look, but I really liked all three of the looks in this video, but you'll have to let me know what your favorite was. Let's give a quick rundown on just my thoughts. I really enjoyed the Clarity Rain. I thought the mattes performed and blended really nicely, had really good pigmentation. The shimmers are so pretty. I feel like the shimmers are definitely where it shines, no pun intended. But overall, I had a good time with this. Again, just to reiterate, if I haven't been clear enough, I could have lost the beiges for sure. They could go. I feel like this palette could have been condensed down just a little bit more, maybe a size that I prefer, but that's all very personal preference. That's not even to like knock the palette, because other people might love that there's 3 different undertones of beige. Just not me. The Chromebook Volume 2 was also super, super fun to play with. I really enjoyed just how much variety you get with all of these shifty shimmers, like whether you wear them alone or paired next to other shifts, like you're gonna get so many very fun, transformative looks. And again, I can't say enough how much I appreciate not only the addition of the mattes in this palette, but the fact that they went with very bold, vibrant shades. I think that was a really fun choice. I think the quality is really nice. Their mattes are, while they are darker and very pigmented, I feel like they still blended out really nicely. And the shimmers just always looked so just magical on the lids. And last is the Black Hat Society. I'm pretty pleased with this. I just love, like, even from such a distance, my lids look so sparkly. Every time I catch myself like in a mirror or my monitor, like it's just twinkle. It's wonderful. Obviously, I love this sort of a color story. I love a Halloween theme. I'm really impressed with these shimmers as well. I'm newer to trying MBA. I tried them years ago, like years and years and years ago. One of the first indie brands I tried back when I think they only had single shadows. And then I kind of like, I don't want to say I forgot about them, but I feel like I kind of forgot about them for a few years and kind of got re-aware of them last year and just started trying stuff again this year. So this has been fun. I like the quality. The shimmers are really pretty. I like the theming. I've had a good time with it. I don't really have any negatives to say. Again, for it to be like a completely complete palette, I do prefer a mixture of mattes to shimmers, but I'm not afraid of all shimmers either. I feel like there's so many fun ways to work with them and play with them. You can treat it as a companion palette as well to go with any of your other Halloween palettes, you know? But overall, I feel like I had a pretty good time with all of these. I thought the looks I created were all really cool. I feel like everything was such a different vibe, and I would love to know what you're thinking. If you made it to the end of this video, out of these 3 palettes, pick your favorite and leave emojis to represent that palette. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can hop over to my Instagram and follow me there. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And you're also welcome to subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. You are also totally welcome to hop over to my second channel linked in my description box if you want some additional content. And also linked in my description box is a link to my channel memberships. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. Also, somewhere on the screen, I will have a pop-up of a video similar to this one if you were interested in this video and want to keep watching. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.